Today we're going to be multiplying decimals by whole numbers. Okay, so this is without models like we've done so far. We're just actually going to be multiplying. Now, our first example here is not the way that I would do it, but this is the way you could do it. One way to find the area of a rectangular board that is 4 feet by 3 and 6200 feet would be use a repeated addition. So repeated addition just means that you're taking 3 and 6200ths 4 times because you're adding it 4 times because you're multiplying 4 times, so it's the same thing as adding it 4 times, which they've written down here. So you could write 3 and 6200ths up here 4 times. I'm going to not write it up here since it's hard to write with a mouse. So if you add this 4 plus or 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, the same thing as 4 times 2, which is 8. Okay, 6 times 4, or 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 24. Okay, 3 times 4, or 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 12, plus the 2 is 14. So you could figure that out by repeated addition. Now that's going to take a while when you get too many numbers, and it's a lot of writing down when all you have to do is multiply it. So you can multiply as with whole numbers, then count the decimal places. So we're going to multiply as if the decimal point is not here. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 6 is 24. Carry the 2. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. So there are 2 places to the right of the decimal point in our problem up here. 2 places, 1, 2 after the decimal point. So our product has to have the same amount. So we have to count 2 decimal places from the right to the left in the product. So we're going to start to the right of the number and go over 1, 2, and place a decimal point. Okay, so that's how you do that. All right, next page. Okay, all right, we're going to estimate 3 times 1. When you they rounded 9600s up to 1, so it's 3 times 1, which is 3. Now, as I said before, on the last page, you're going to multiply as with whole numbers. So as if the numbers are, there's no decimal point. Pretend there's no decimal point when you're writing it down. You do not have to line up the decimal points when you're multiplying decimals. Okay, so you're going to write the number with the most digits on top, and then you're going to multiply it. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry that 1. 3 times 9 is 27, plus the 1 is 28. Carry that 2 over, but there's nothing. 3 times 0 is 0, plus a 2 is a 2. Now we count the number of places. There's 2 places after this point in the problem, so our answer has to have 2 places after it. So we're going to start over here, count over 1, 2, and we place our decimal point. So 3 times 9600ths is 2 and 8800ths. Okay, the product 2 and 8800ths is close to our estimate of 3, so the answer is reasonable. Okay, all right, let's go do the bottom here. Or let's do one of the bottom ones here once I get down there. All right, so we line up the problem, but they have the same amount of digits, unless you count the 0 there. So we can put the 0 and 5 tenths on top times 6. Take 6 times 3, which is 30. Carry the 3. 6 times 0 is 0, plus the 3 is 3. Okay, there was one place after this point in our problem, so there's going to be one place after this decimal point in our answer, so we go over 1, place a decimal point. Okay, do the next one, and then, so pause the video, do the next one, and then we'll then turn it back on and see if you're correct. Okay, so you should have paused. If you didn't, you're not following directions. 6 times 4 is 24, carry the 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. There's one place at the decimal point in our in our problem. So there's going to be one place after the decimal point in our product. So we go over 1, place our decimal point, 10 and 4/10 is our answer. Okay. All right, so do this next problem, which is problem number 3. I want you to do 62 hundredths. That's so 62 hundredths times 3. Pause the video and do that. 62 hundredths times 3. Okay. 3 times 2 is 6. Correct. 3 times 8 is, or 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, we have 2 places after this point here. So we have to have 2 places after this point here. So we're going to start here and go over 1, 2, and right there we're going to place our decimal point. So our answer is 1 and 86 hundredths. All right, do number 4. 17 and 6/10 times 6. Do that one. Pause the video and do that one, and then turn it back on and check, see if you're correct. Okay, 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 3 is 45. Carry the 4. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10. We have how many places after the decimal point in our problem? 1, yes. We're going to start here. We're going to go over 1 place, and we're going to place our decimal point. Okay? All right. So now you should be given some extra problems to work on until it is time to switch.